I trusted him with everything, and the day he vanished, so did my last $300. Coincidence? Or just a son breaking his mother one final time? Baton Creek was the kind of town where everyone knew your business, even if you didn't want them to. And for Diane Harper, that business was family, or what was left of it. It was a gray rain-smudged Friday morning when Diane noticed something strange. Her debit card was missing. She hadn't used it since Wednesday. The last charge, a $300 cash withdrawal from a gas station ATM, the same day her son Zachary packed his backpack, said a casual goodbye, and hopped on a bus to Houston. Coincidence? She didn't think so. Zach had always been a figure-it-out-later kind of kid. Ever since he dropped out of high school at 17, he bounced from job to job, apartment to couch, ambition to apathy. Diane had tried everything. Tutors, counselors, second chances. Nothing stuck. By 19, he was already burned out from a life he hadn't even started living. So when that $300 vanished, Diane's gut didn't hesitate. It screamed his name. She dialed his number. He picked up after 2 rings. "I didn't take your card, Mom," Zach insisted, voice dry and annoyed. "Why would I even do that?" "Because you had no money. Because you left town the same day it was taken. You don't trust me." "No, Zach, I don't." There was silence. Then a click. The call ended, and just like that, so did Diane's patience. She sat on the couch, staring at the framed photo on the mantel. Zach at age 6, grinning with his front teeth missing. She remembered that boy. The boy who used to race toy trucks down the hallway, who used to beg her to read the same bedtime story 5 nights in a row. Where had he gone now? That same boy was a stranger, one who didn't finish school, one who never said thank you, one who possibly stole from his own mother. The next day, Diane walked into the local courthouse, filed a civil claim against her son, not because she cared about them, but because she was done making excuses, because she needed him to feel what she felt every time he lied, vanished, or took without asking. Alone, betrayed, done. But what she didn't expect was who else might have had access to that card, or the secrets about to surface when Zach finally tells his side of the story. "You raised him, fed him, protected him, and now he's across the courtroom saying I didn't do it. So who do you believe? Blood or fact?" Script narration-based, third-person, YouTube style. The courtroom smelled like cold coffee and bad decisions. Diane Harper sat stiffly in her seat, clutching a worn manila folder filled with printouts, withdrawal slips, and a phone log. Across from her sat Zachary, her son, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. "All rise," the bailiff called out. The judge entered, glancing over the docket like this was just another neighborly dispute, not a mother suing her child. But this wasn't just about money anymore. This was about truth, respect, reputation. Diane took the stand first. "I discovered the money missing the morning he left town. No one else had my PIN. Did you confront him?" the judge asked. "Yes," he denied it. "But my instincts, my gut, they told me what I didn't want to believe." Then came Zach's turn. He looked smaller under the courtroom lights, not defiant, just exhausted. "I didn't take her card," he repeated. "And honestly, I don't know who did." "Were you struggling financially?" the judge asked. "Yes, but I've always been struggling." Zach admitted he was broke, that he was behind on rent, that he hadn't worked in 2 weeks, but he swore hand on the Bible that he never stole from his mother. And then something unexpected happened. Diane's younger daughter, Emily, was called to testify. 16, shy, barely audible. "I didn't see anything, but the card was on the kitchen counter 2 nights before. I saw Zach grab something, but I also saw my friend Jenna leave through the back door that night too." The courtroom tensed. Jenna, the neighbor's kid, always hanging around, always borrowing things, never asking. Zach turned to his mother. "You believed it was me, because you've always expected me to fail, because you've given me no reason not." Their voices didn't raise, but their words pierced deeper than any yell ever could. The judge paused, looked between them. This wasn't about proving theft anymore. This was about 2 people who had stopped seeing each other as family a long time ago. The verdict, still pending, but what no one expected, especially Diane, was what would be waiting in her mailbox the next morning. A letter. The court gave its verdict, but it was the letter that broke her. Not the judgment, not the money, just 6 handwritten lines from the son she never understood. The envelope was plain. No return address. Just her name, Diane Harper, written in that same messy handwriting from years ago. She knew who it was from before she even opened it. The court case had ended with no clear resolution, no evidence, no witnesses, no confession, just a shrug from the law. They called it inconclusive. But Diane didn't need a gavel to tell her what she already believed. What she wasn't ready for was the letter. Mom, I didn't take your card. I know you won't believe me. That's okay. But I left because I saw Emily crying after you yelled at her that night. I knew it wasn't her fault. I didn't want you blaming her. So I left. Figured it'd be easier if I wasn't around. Take care, Zach. She read it 3 times. Then again, and again. The part that stuck wasn't his denial. It was the part about Emily. That night, Diane had yelled, not screamed, but snapped. It was a long day. She was tired, stressed, and Emily had left the milk out again. Just a small thing, but it cracked her. Zach had seen it, heard it, and just left. To protect his sister or avoid the storm, maybe both. The house felt louder now, not because of noise but because of absence. Emily stayed quiet. Zach was gone, and Diane, well, she felt something she hadn't let herself feel in years. Guilt. She wasn't innocent either. She'd pinned years of disappointment on one kid, expected failure, and was rarely surprised when it arrived. But maybe that's all Zach ever felt, from her expectation to fail. Maybe it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Weeks passed, then a month. Emily brought up Zach's name again. He called me, she whispered, said he might come back, but only if you wanted him to. Diane didn't answer right away, just stared out the window. Baton Creek was still the same people, same silence. But inside her house, something had shifted, a crack, a begin, and maybe, just maybe, that was enough. The story ends with Diane standing at the mailbox again, holding another letter. This time she smiled before opening